Right now, opening statements and a key witness takes center stage in former President Trump's criminal trial, while legal experts say this day is so important for the jurors.
Tracking showers, frosty conditions, and then alert day conditions for the weekend. All the details coming up.
Vice President Kamala Harris announcing rules to improve long-term care during a visit to La Crosse, how it'll ensure the quality of caregiving jobs. It's all ahead on News 3 Now at 10. We begin tonight with the upcoming trial for a man accused of sexually assaulting and killing a child in Madison. Jury selection was held for 25-year-old Marshawn Giles earlier today. Giles charged with 15 crimes, including domestic abuse, possessing a gun as a felon, child sexual assault, and murder. The charges stem from an incident 2 years ago. On the morning of April 25th of 2022, police responded to an apartment on Schrader Road. There they found a 20-month-old girl severely injured. She later would die at the hospital. Police say he sexually assaulted the child, threw her into an open toilet and then into a bathtub, all while punching her. A court commissioner ultimately ordered Giles to be held on a $1 million cash bond. The trial scheduled to begin tomorrow morning and run through May 3rd. Well, tonight marks the beginning of Passover for those of the Jewish faith, but it comes at a time when fighting between Israel and Hamas has now gone on for more than 6 months. During this time, several protests and demonstrations taking place both on the UW campus and throughout the rest of the city. Rabbi Andrea Steinberger of the UW's Hillel Foundation says the fighting happening overseas makes this Passover feel very different.
The loss of life of Israelis and of Palestinians is really on people's minds, and it does make this holiday a lot harder to celebrate.
Hillel hosted a Seder meal for night one of Passover, saying it expected about 250 students to attend. It's all part of the holiday to commemorate the Israelites' exodus from Egypt and their liberation from slavery. The campus at Columbia University in New York once again filled with tents and tension. An encampment of mostly pro-Palestinian supporters dismantled by authorities last week is now back. Columbia shifted today's classes to remote only as the university figures out how exactly to proceed here. Since last week, more than 100 arrests have been made on campus. Police say those were for criminal trespassing, not for protesting. A chance for some light showers overnight into tomorrow. Your First Warned weather team already tracking a more serious threat toward the end of the week. Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington now with a First Warned forecast.
Yeah, Eric, let's hop right to it. Showers, as you just mentioned tonight, and then frosty chances. That's the lesser of the concerns over the course of this week, although that frost chance, of course, I know is important to our gardener friends. But alert day conditions as we head towards this weekend. We've been tracking this potential for days now. It does look likely that we are going to be seeing heavy rain, the possibility of some stronger storms. This will be Friday evening, going through your Saturday, going through your Sunday across all of southern Wisconsin. A little bit of rain chance that we have tonight going on into Tuesday is nothing in comparison to what we're expecting by the end of the week, with widespread showers and thunderstorms across the area. And again, one or two of those storms could get on the stronger side. We dip down now to 56 here in Madison, 59 in Lone Rock, still 62 over in Boscobel, upper 50s. That's where we should be for normal high temperatures for this time of year. So for us to be in the middle to upper 50s at 10 o'clock is pretty warm out there. We've got 56 in Madison. Humidity's come up just a little bit. That's because we had a couple of raindrops that did actually make it to the ground. Nothing here in Doppler track showing right now, but our future track showing those few showers that we had, and they were really quick to come through. We'll move on out across the area with a couple more showers as we head on into your Tuesday afternoon. We'll track those coming up in Maine weather and just how much rain you can expect with our alert day conditions next weekend.
Alex, thank you. Another visit to Wisconsin today by the Biden campaign. Vice President Kamala Harris making a stop over in La Crosse today, announcing final rules regarding senior health care. The nursing home minimum staffing rule finalized today will require all nursing homes that receive federal funding through Medicare and Medicaid to provide about 3.5 hours of nursing care per resident per day. Nursing homes tend to be chronically understaffed, which can lead to unsafe care.
For residents, this will mean more staff, which means fewer ER visits, potentially, more independence. For families, it's going to mean peace of mind in terms of your loved one being taken care of. And for care workers, it's going to be more time with their patients, less burnout, and lower turnover.
The new rules will also require facilities to have a registered nurse on site 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. A new poll from CNN shows the 2024 presidential race a dead heat. In the latest polling, former President Trump and President Biden are each tied at 47%. Meanwhile, an NBC poll also indicated a tightening race in a head-to-head matchup It found Donald Trump with 46%, Joe Biden 44%. That 2-point lead shrank from 5% in January, but it's still within the margin of error, so really either candidate could have the edge. The prosecution and defense make opening statements, and the first witness takes the stand in former President Trump's hush money trial in Lower Manhattan. Jared Hill reports now from the courthouse.
Outside the courtroom, former President Donald Trump began the day by falsely accusing Democrats of trying to interfere with his effort to win back the White House in November.
This is done as election interference. Everybody knows it. I'm here instead of being able to be in Pennsylvania and Georgia and lots of other places campaigning, and it's very unfair.
During opening statements, prosecutors accused Trump of trying to illegally influence the 2016 presidential election by covering up news of an alleged affair with adult film actress Stormy Daniels. Trump defense attorney Todd Blanche argued that Trump committed no crime, saying, quote, "I have a spoiler alert. There's nothing wrong with trying to influence an election. It's called democracy."
There are studies that say that 80% of jurors' minds are made up at the end of the opening statements.
The only witness called on Monday was David Pecker, the then publisher of the National Enquirer, who prosecutors say was involved in this larger scheme. The DA's office says in 2015, Pecker met with Trump and his former fixer Michael Cohen and agreed to help Trump's campaign identify negative stories about him. In the 34-count indictment, Trump is accused of falsifying records of the hush money payment to Daniels.
The case as to bookkeeping, which is a very minor thing in terms of the law.
Cohen, who served time behind bars after pleading guilty to federal charges related to those transactions, is expected to testify for the prosecution. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
Video from St. Paul shows a heroic group effort to save a driver stuck in a burning vehicle along the freeway. According to the Minnesota State Patrol, a Honda driver was traveling eastbound on I-94 when they drifted to the right of the road, struck a light pole, then a guardrail. Video from a man driving by at the time shows him and several other Good Samaritans attempting to pry the vehicle's doors open with little success as the flames continue to grow. The driver was eventually rescued when a Minnesota Department of Transportation worker managed to break the driver's side window, and people helped carry them out. Amazingly, there were no injuries reported. And check this out. The carcass of a dead gray whale towed across San Francisco Bay earlier today, taken to a facility on the other side of the bay so researchers can learn how the animal died. You can even see some seagulls along for the ride here. The whale carcass washed ashore Saturday. The Marine Mammal Center said it was the first whale found dead in the bay this year. Back in southern Wisconsin, the recipient of News 3 Now's Spirit of Service Award is already working to give back to the community. Veteran Rob Drogsvald promised to put his $5,000 prize money toward the Stoughton VFW, and it broke ground today to begin construction on a new addition. That addition will include ADA-compliant bathrooms, a new kitchen, and much more. The new features are not just to benefit the veterans who use that space, but the community as a whole.
We're the oldest VFW in the state of Wisconsin. We're the first chartered post in the state of Wisconsin. So to be a part of something this monumental, even though it's just adding on bathrooms and some storage, it's huge for us. It's huge for this community.
The space is open to any community members, and it contains a full restaurant and bar. It's also accepting donations to continue adding more to that building. Tonight, we're learning more about the newest director of Madison's Museum of Contemporary Art. Paul Baker Prindle was named the new Gabrielle Haberland director by the museum's board of trustees. Baker Prindle has spent the last 5 years as director of the Contemporary Art Museum at Cal State Long Beach, but has a connection to Madison. He's a graduate of both Edgewood College, also UW-Madison, and surprisingly, he says this won't be his first time being employed by the museum.
Background, I worked first for the museum 25 years ago in the shop, then the museum store.
I'll begin officially in about 2.5 weeks. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service says lake sturgeon do not need federal protections under the Endangered Species Act. It comes after the Center for Biological Diversity petitioned 6 years ago to review whether the ancient fish should be listed as threatened or whether populations are in fact endangered. While sturgeon populations haven't returned to historic levels, the Fish and Wildlife Services says stocking has boosted numbers and led to their return in rivers across the region. Well, if you have any unused or unwanted medication in your bathroom cabinet, you can safely dispose of them this weekend. Saturday is National Drug Take-Back Day, and there are more than 135 events statewide where you can drop off unwanted meds, which helps fight the opioid epidemic. You're allowed to bring both prescription and over-the-counter medications, ointments, patches, inhalers, non-aerosol sprays, and also creams, vials, even pet medicines. Vape pens and e-cigarettes can also be disposed of as long as the batteries are taken out. To find the closest Drug Take Back Day event near you, you can find this story linked at channel3000.com. More local stories are still ahead at 10. Wisconsin's first ever Fat Bird Week is here. Armand Rahman digs into why the state's most plump avian species are on display.
Are you searching for a fresh career? Then join the team at Chalk D Building Systems. We're expanding, now with 2 Sun Prairie locations, and we're looking for individuals to join our team as assemblers, material handlers, order pickers, and machine operators. Chalk D Building Systems competitive pay starts at $22 per hour plus comprehensive benefits. 3 shifts are available with overtime potential, and you'll become part of our 100% employee-owned team. Make your next career move on the careers page at chalkd.com.
Shop from the largest selection of Chevy trucks and SUVs in Wisconsin at Bergstrom Chevrolet. All with Bergstrom's negotiation-free upfront pricing, including our exclusive 7-day price protection and money-back guarantees. Stop in or shop and purchase at BergstromChevrolet.com.
Get a great deal and do a great deal of good when you shop at Habitat Restore. From furniture and decor to appliances and building materials, we've got everything you need for your next project. Shop our convenient East and West locations today.
Next fiberglass windows are 8 times stronger than vinyl and built for extreme weather.
Fiberglass frames are thin and strong, so you get bigger, more beautiful views.
Why buy vinyl
When you can install fiberglass windows from Next Door and Window.
What's the big deal at Hy-Vee? How about ground beef for just $2.98 this Monday through Thursday? Get fresh ground beef for just $2.98. That's right, get a 1-pound roll of fresh ground beef for just $2.98. That's a low price on ground beef. Time to fire up the grill. Get a 1-pound roll of fresh ground beef for just $2.98. Monday through Thursday, only at Hy-Vee.
It's Empire Today's biggest sale, the 50-50-50 sale. 50% off carpet and flooring, 50% off padding and materials, and 50% off installation.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today. Big trucks can be intimidating, and so can their insurance companies. After a serious truck crash, you need a team on your side who knows how to handle trucking cases and who gets results. You need Gruber Law Offices. We know truck law, we know the rules and regulations, and we'll hold the insurance companies accountable. And there's never a fee until we win. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Giancarlo Esposito is back.
Would you ever do a rom-com?
I would love to do a rom-com.
We want to see that.
It's coming, baby.
Plus, it's a battle of the besties.
You better make me look good.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10. Moving forward.
Well, maybe you've heard about Fat Bear Week, but what about Fat Bird Week? Armand Rahman shows us how you can honor Wisconsin's enormous avians this Earth Day week.
This week, filling your bird feeders doesn't just help our feathered friends around migration, it fattens them up to win the Super Bowl of songbirds. It's a week when only one chunky chick can be crowned champion.
Fat Bird Week.
The Natural Resources Foundation of Wisconsin and the organization Save Our Songbirds got the idea from Alaska's Fat Bear Week.
So you're looking at 2 bird photos and picking which one you think is chonkier.
But it's not just for any plump turkey or crow you see.
Basically, the timing of Fat Bird Week is because it's spring migration here in Wisconsin. So this is a really popular time to go birding because all the birds are coming back to Wisconsin who've been overwintering down south.
The groups hope it can teach people how to help Wisconsin's migrating songbirds.
By planting native plants, preventing window collisions, buying bird-friendly coffee, and participating in the Great Wisconsin Birdathon.
Now move over, March Madness, because there's a bulky bird bracket online, updated with the winner of each day's matchup. And no one is winging it. They like big birds and they cannot lie.
People have very specific reasons that they vote for certain birds. You know, they're looking at sphericality, they're looking at whether the bird has a neck or not.
And it's important to make sure the dumpy, dark-eyed Junco keeps his big behind by keeping high-calorie native berries, worms, and crustaceans plentiful.
So that's how they pack on the pounds and try and win the contest.
You can keep voting for your favorite chubby songbird until April 26th. Reporting in Madison, Arman Rahman, News 3 Now.
In Rock County, an initiative is making sure everyone has access to local farmers markets. Rock County families receiving food assistance benefits, such as SNAP, will be provided an extra $15 a month specifically to spend at farmers markets. Janesville City Center is considered a food desert, meaning there is a lack of affordable and nutritious food. The idea is that the extra money will help families buy produce and other healthy fresh foods sold at the weekly markets. Both the Janesville and Beloit farmers markets open for the season on May 4th. Some shoppers at Metcalf's Market today received a free reusable bag as part of its Earth Day initiative. It's continuing a partnership with nonprofit Sustain Dane, handing out 6,000 reusable shopping bags at its locations in Madison. Also in Wauwatosa today, the drawings on the bags are from Madison Elementary School students who drew designs about what Earth Day means to them. This is the 10th year of the partnership, and to make it sweeter, Metcalf's Market says if you shop using any reusable bag, they'll take 10 cents off at the register. On Earth Day, a reminder from the nonprofit Healthy Food for All Dane County. It's encouraging people to reduce food waste, conserve resources, and help relocalize food production. Food loss and food waste generate up to 10% of greenhouse gas emissions. A recent report from the United Nations found 1 billion meals go to waste every single day, with up to 60% being household waste. That contributes to accelerating the climate crisis. By reducing household food waste, you will help reduce greenhouse emissions.
It's a good time to start thinking about what can I do with my own food intake into my own household to help reduce the amount of waste.
On the tails of Earth Day, Stop Food Waste Day is Wednesday. Right now on channel3000.com, you can find plenty of resources to help make a difference at your home. Dane County wants to turn the site of Verona's former landfill into a solar energy site. Executive Joe Parisi says the county will issue a request for proposals to find a partner. The former landfill site is just east of the Badger Prairie County Park and the healthcare center there. The site would power multiple facilities on the Badger Prairie campus, including Badger Prairie Healthcare. Parisi says the landfill also has potential to serve as a community solar site for county residents. And on this Earth Day, a popular board game will soon release a new version to address climate change. The makers of Catan New Energies have come up with a new twist on its original version, Settlers of Catan. The object of the new game, players must choose between renewable energy or fossil fuel-based power plants in its society. And while fossil fuels may allow a player to grow faster, it will create more pollution, and too much pollution, of course, can cause problems. The game's developers say it touches on the impact of climate change all around the world. The game is set to debut this summer. The CDC launching a new heat and health initiative aimed to protect you from heat exposure, partnering with the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, to create the new plan. It includes a 7-day nationwide heat forecast that will tell you when temperatures could reach harmful levels. Information on local air quality and new guidance to help clinicians keep at-risk patients safe as those temperatures rise as well. This comes after record heat caused record high rates of health emergencies in some parts of the United States last year. We head into this final stretch now of April, and Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington joins us. A complete look at our first warm forecast.
Thanks, Eric. Yeah, speaking of warmth, look how warm these temperatures are right now for 10 o'clock at night. Normal highs are right around where we're at right now at 10 o'clock. 56 in Madison, 59 in Lone Rock, 58 in Camp Douglas. Was chatting with some viewers up there. You have a tendency to get really chilly at night, and look how warm you are at 10 o'clock. 59 in Janesville and 62 to the west in Bosqueville and in the Wisconsin River Valley. 56 in Madison, 57 in Middleton, upper 50s again. Really can't be beat for this time of the year. At the Capitol right now, look at that pretty picture out there with the 56-degree temperature. Humidity levels have come up just a little bit. I was talking during the 4, 5, and the 6 o'clock shows how dry things were. That humidity has come up a little bit because we've had a couple of raindrops out there. Those raindrops have fallen down through the atmosphere, and it helps to make the air near the ground a little bit more on the wet side. Still a few showers in Dane County down on 39 over towards Stoughton. Take a little trip over to Fort Atkinson to see where those showers were at. They were just over Fort Atkinson just a few moments ago on radar 3000 down on 12, but they continue to zip off towards the south and towards the east at a pretty good clip here, with our future track radar eventually taking those showers out of the area rather quickly, although an isolated shower or two through the rest of the night. not out of the question, with more shower chances as we carry on into your Tuesday. Starting off in the upper 40s for your Tuesday. A few clouds, but we'll also have some sunshine on your Tuesday from time to time. 64 degrees by the afternoon hours with a couple of isolated showers and thunderstorms popping up. Just take a look here as we head towards 8 o'clock. A few over portions of southwestern Wisconsin. Future Track wants to bring a stronger thunderstorm towards the north and towards the east, but not expecting widespread storms or widespread strong storms on your Tuesday. Just chance of showers and thunderstorms to maybe scattered at best. What we all will see as we head towards your Tuesday night, temperatures take a plummet. Cold air comes in, starting off at around 30 degrees on your Wednesday morning. Then we transition towards the alert day conditions that we've been talking about for some time now. This is Friday evening through Sunday. Heavy rain right now, the main culprit, but we could be looking at some periods of strong storms. Just look at how much water we could wring out of this system by the time we get to Monday morning. Upwards of 2 to 3 inches, maybe a couple of isolated 4 or 5 inch amounts if we get these repeated bouts of showers and thunderstorms over the area. Here we go. This is a sneak peek at that weather event Friday at 6 o'clock. Widespread showers, widespread thunderstorms, maybe seeing a break during the morning hours on your Saturday. That would allow the atmosphere to rev back up, heat up for more thunderstorm activity for Saturday night. It comes back as a warm front as we go on into your Sunday with more periods of showers and thunderstorms through Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, even carrying on into your Monday. This will be a very active pattern for us, and it looks very likely that heavy rainfall will be the main culprit out of this weather system. Enough for us confidence-wise here to put alert day conditions Friday, Saturday, going on into your Sunday. Again, if we can get warm enough on any of those days, we could be looking at not just heavy rainfall, but the potential for some severe weather.
The Packers are on the clock for the NFL draft in less than 72 hours. I'll tell you how they're preparing next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Hey, Brandon.
Hey, Dale, what's going on, man?
I'm remodeling and I'm looking for a new tankless water heater.
You know, Menards always has Richmond water heaters in stock. I'm headed that way now. You want to go?
You read my mind. Let's do it. Man, you ever take off that fire suit?
I sleep in this thing.
All right. Man, these stores are incredible. I love having them as a partner.
Me too. For the best tankless options, come to Menards for Richmond water heaters.
And all your home improvement projects.
Save big money at Menards.
If there's one thing we like, it's choices. And your Ford dealer is the place to start. With a full lineup of vehicles and available powertrains. Get your ideal combination of power and capability with gas, hybrid, or all electric. But more important than the power you choose is what you choose to do with it.
Choose FlexBuy on Escape, Explorer, or Edge and get 0% APR financing for 66 months plus $1,500 FlexBuy cash.
Another year of yo-yo dieting? Not this year. Hit reset and make a permanent change with permanent fat removal by Sonobello.
With Sonobello, day one, all my unwanted body fat gone.
These are my favorite pair of jeans that I couldn't even button up.
Look how flat my stomach is. I couldn't believe it was just gone.
I saw the results immediately.
And this is the best I have felt since I was in my 20s.
Real women everywhere are transforming their bodies permanently. Sonobello is not a fad diet or boot camp workout. It's a simple, proven way to remove stubborn body fat permanently and in just one visit.
I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
If you are looking for physical results and positive emotional results, please run, don't walk to your nearest Sonobello.
Ready to hit reset? Find out how you can save $250 off instantly. Call now or go to sonobello.com.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
Well, it was no Giannis, no problem for the Bucks in Game 1 of the playoffs. Without the Greek Freak, Damian Lillard was lights out against the Pacers last night. He scored 35 points in the first half as the Deer pounded the Pacers in a statement win. It was certainly a shaky season overall for the 2021 champs, but if the Bucks can keep playing like they did last night, it looks like they'll be just fine until Giannis returns.
Whenever you have a great player and he does that, it allows everybody to kind of get into their game. But you can't expect that every night. Dame does, you know, but we can't expect that. We have to do more.
But knowing that we was able to win a game and that we could do a lot of things better, I think that's the biggest thing for us. We just was able to get a win, shorthanded.
And it is officially NFL Draft Week. If you ask Packers GM Brian Gutekunst, these next 3 days before the Packers get on the clock are the most important of the offseason. After all, you could argue the Packers rely on the draft more than just about anybody in the NFL. With a budding superstar at quarterback and one of the most exciting young teams in the league, nailing this draft could make all the difference.
The draft is the lifeblood of this organization. It always kind of has been, right? So, like, that's why we put so much time into it. That's why it's so important to us. The work's been done. It's always interesting how it falls. You never really can predict it. The opportunity to make your football team better is always exciting. And this is an exciting time of year. We got our players back in the building, last week, and the energy just, ramps up tremendously when those guys are in the building.
And Wisconsin football added some much-needed depth at offensive tackle today when Leighton Nelson transferred in from Vanderbilt. The Orlando, Florida native played in 12 games in 2 years at Vandy. And if you're keeping count at home, that's now 19 Badgers that have transferred out from last year's team and 13 people that have transferred in. The Brewers are the best road team in baseball, 10-2 away from AmFam this year. Playing the Pirates in Pittsburgh tonight, trailing 1-0 in the fifth, and Rhys Hoskins says, I'll take care of that. It's the Brewer newcomer's fifth homer on the season, tying an injured Christian Yelich for the most on the team, and we're tied at 1 apiece. But in the sixth, things went sideways. Some uncharacteristic mistakes defensively in this one. Jake Bauers trying to toss to a covering Hobie Milner, but the throw is wide, allowing the Pirates to score. Pittsburgh would hold on to win it from there. 4-2 is your final. And finally, on July 6th, prepare to get motivated by a man that lives down by the river. For one night, the Madison Mallards will become the motivational speakers in a tribute to the legendary Madisonian Chris Farley's Matt Foley skit. They'll wear special jerseys and giveaway ties. Tonight, you don't want to miss if you don't want to turn to Jack Squat. We'll be right back.
At Weedman Lawn Care, we believe that a lush, beautiful lawn should be enjoyed by the whole family. That's why we offer a kid and pet-friendly program to create a healthier, greener, weed-free lawn that your whole family can enjoy. Our program includes effective applications of targeted weed control and slow-release golf course quality fertilizer to achieve real results. Call or click today for your free quote, or sign up now and see the Weedman difference. Doesn't your family deserve a Weedman lawn?
Chevy Equinox has been ranked #1 by J.D. Power for dependability and new vehicle quality among compact SUVs. In other words, it's really good, right from the start. Chevy Equinox.
Do that again.
Connected by OnStar. Qualified lessees can get this Equinox for $269 a month.
See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. Like 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings versus Verizon and AT&T. Plus, get one of the latest 5G phones free when you add a line. Experience it all on America's largest and fastest 5G network. At T-Mobile, customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of unlimited for only $30 a line. Switch today.
Madison, a new era in golf has arrived. Introducing TPC Wisconsin, an elite golf club with worldwide privileges. Contact TPC Wisconsin today for your exclusive membership.
When a crane collapsed during construction of a major league sports stadium, 3 workers lost their lives. Their widows called us. When maintenance workers were permanently injured by an industrial accident at a public utilities power plant, the 7 injured workers called us. When a factory exploded, injuring dozens of workers, 18 victims, including all 3 families of men who lost their lives, called us. Because Wisconsinites know who to call when it's a must-win scenario. They call Habish, Habish & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
We had such a great experience with Empire, we would recommend it to anyone.
Real customers share their stories about Empire today.
As a matter of fact, we already have. Customer service and the personal touch is really where it's at. The quality, too, is important to us, and the quality of the flooring was great. I mean, we've had people come in our home and say, wow, this is really beautiful. Where'd you have it done? Empire.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today, a crisis facing Wisconsin hospitals, Thursday at 10.
Tonight on The Late Show, my guest is Wilmer Valderrama. He's the star of NCIS, which, of course, stands for Another Crime I'll Solve.
Tonight on CBS.
And Alex returns. One final check of the forecast.
Yes, nice day tomorrow temperature-wise, although we're looking at some showers, maybe a thunderstorm or two. There'll be many areas that are dry. There'll be a couple areas that do get on the wet side. But speaking of wet conditions, nothing in comparison to what we're up against by the looks of it here as we head towards the weekend. Alert day conditions, heavy rainfall, the main culprit, but we could be looking at some strong thunderstorms. This would be Friday evening through Saturday, going on into your Sunday. So definitely be alert. Be tuning in to our live broadcast, channel3000.com, and download the First Warn Weather app to keep ahead of our alert day period. As we go out into next week, temperatures staying actually pretty mild for this time of year. Then we'll have another unsettled period next Wednesday and Thursday. So staying spring-like in Wisconsin.
All right, Alex, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10, folks. Have a great night.